Taming the Demon by Almila Skiro. Chapter 9. To the King that Challenges God. It was time to build a new changing room. It had been almost a week since the Zokuto victory, and Takekura Construction had taken over. Hiruma had the team participate in the construction on top of regular practice. At first, it seemed the actual builders didn't really notice, but the blonde saw the old man kick around the brothers when they started slacking off. Musashi was being irritatingly roundabout when he was usually so direct, but he was still proving that he gave a crap about the team. Well, if Musashi was going to be roundabout, then so was Hiruma. They both heard the complaining going on. While it was obvious that the team all heard the exchange about firm foundations between the two second years, because that's what Musashi is, regardless of his face, only the kid turned around. The blonde met his eyes and understood that the kid knew that it wasn't just a casual conversation. The brat went back to his work and Hiruma to his, and the blonde wondered when the kid grew to understand him so easily. After practice, Musashi confessed that his father was still hospitalized, which apparently reminded the chibi that he had wanted to visit Sakuraba Haruto and apologize for breaking his collarbone. It kind of aggravated Hiruma that the kid worried so much about this one crappy player. Sakuraba Haruto may have had average athleticism and decent height, but there was absolutely zero determination, dead spirit, where there should be fire. In short, the stupid Wanami gave up too easily. However, the blondes knew that the kid would bitch about it later if he wasn't allowed to go, and then the manager would ask for demand, an explanation that Hiruma wasn't quite sure he could give. He didn't really know why it aggravated him so much, it just did. So the brat visited the hospital and came back scared out of its wits. What the heck happened? And training carried on, and soon the new changing rooms were finished. The monkey has been on this team for how long, and he's just now correcting his name? Screw that. Raymond Taro. It's all written with the same characters. He's been Monta all this time. That's the way it's going to stay. For anyone who cares, Joe Montana was a quarterback, not a receiver, and there was never any mention of Montana magic during his career. Just don't tell the monkey that. KKK. That aside, Hiruma didn't appreciate the reaction to his stating that he had applied the Diamond Devil Bats to face the American team in 2 weeks. One would think that the fan ass, at least, would have seen that coming. The ping of new mail from the blonde's laptop drew the attention of the more curious players, and Sena finally stopped staring at the locker next to Ice Shield Sans. It was pure coincidence that Sena and Hiruma's lockers were right next to each other. It was! Okay, the blonde meddled a bit, but he needed to keep an eye on Demon. Really, that's it! So, the Taiyo Sphinx were chosen. Of course they were. The quarterback knew they would be. So without an ounce of regret, the second year set up an interview with monthly Amafuto for the enigmatic Ice Shield 21. The kid was relatively obedient throughout the whole infiltration process and was smart enough to send pictures of the screen to Hiruma when he didn't understand what was going on, which the blonde appreciated. In no time at all, Damon was sitting in the magazine's management department discussing emails that had been sent to both the school and the American team stating that the Devil Bats were to be the representatives of Japan. The Taiyo team were also present and objecting, so the devious quarterback challenged them too much, and of course, they accepted. Over the following few days, Hiruma and Karita spent a lot of time at the magazine finalizing details, and it seemed that there had been some trouble with the brothers. But everything smoothed itself over without the blonde having to lift a finger, so he deemed them capable enough to go train with Zokugaku. The brat's bench press racketed up from 10 kilograms to 40 kilograms, which, while not all that impressive, he seemed to take great pride in when telling his captain. Something in said captain wouldn't allow the kid to be shot down, and instead gave Sena one of Hiruma's more human grins. The heat on game day was brutal. Even Hiruma felt just a and uncomfortable. It seemed that both the elements and the crowd were going to be against them. The kid took one look at the Kanago alignment and you could practically hear his knees knocking together. The monkey dropping the Banba model on the ice shield model, effectively crushing it to pieces, didn't help in the slightest. Although he did make his first tackle ever that opening play. The blonde contemplated giving the boy another small prize. He liked recording the kid's milestones that way. First tackle, first touchdown. Koiga Hama didn't count because they were crap and Sena only played for the last 2 minutes. The quarterback decided to wait until after the game to analyze why he was so hung up on celebrating the kid's firsts. As of this moment, his line was falling apart. Carita was in tears, and it was only the second play. A couple of rousing words and some bullshitting got the line back together, but the crowd was still a problem. They couldn't make fun of Sena or the back team, but they were really laying it on thick on the three brothers. The blonde watched as the kid held Mata back from giving them a piece of his mind, but it was obvious that the taunting was bothering him considerably. The audience needed to shut up fast or Demon was going to have a bloodbath. Hiruma gave the kid a trick play just to keep him occupied, although he probably would have been more successful just letting the kid run, given the monkey's mess up. During the play where Harao, who the heck uses third person omniscient? The word is I, not one. Fumbled the ball and the kid grabbed it. The blonde fully expected him to run out of bounds to avoid getting pummeled by the gigantic Baldi. Much to everyone's surprise, the kid faced the lineman head-on and gained an extra yard. The boy would later admit to his captain that a voice in his head told him that Notre Dame heroes don't run from challenges, and that was why he didn't run out. Poor kid was becoming aware of his multiple personalities. Who knew what would happen if he discovered Demon? Damon was only behind by 1 point at halftime, but after that, the monkey started having trouble dealing with a new cornerback. What was with this team and needing constant encouragement? So what if the monkey gets knocked off balance for a second? He just needs to get his ass up and running that much faster, the moron. When the receiver finally caught a pass and put the score at 20-18 for Tayo, the quarterback knew that once again it was going to be Sena who makes or breaks it for Damon. They needed to score a touchdown for the try for point, or they would lose. Given the kid's erratic track record with fighting head-on and the blonde's idea for getting through, Hiruma wouldn't bet on the kid being able to do this on his own. He needed Demon. So he said 2 things to the running back. The first was not to run to the side like a coward, and the second being a really cryptic way of saying, go straight. Implying that the kid was frightened incited Demon's anger, and the semi-riddle used Ice Shield's brains. It was the combination of the two that perfected the move Hiruma first saw back in April from a kid running from bullies. It was that combination that gave birth to the mother of all running back techniques. The Devil Bat Dive. Yes, the boy deserves another present.